It's hardly like this was surprising to him. He was extremely well taught on the subject that everything and everyone must die someday. Death, see, is sudden. When you go to bed one night, after brushing your teeth or whatever activities of preparation you do before you go to bed, you lie down and you close your eyes. And just like that, you could be gone. Poof! There 1 second, gone in another grain of sand in the hourglass. He knew this oh so well. Maybe that was one reason he changed into this. What's the point in life when we are so quick? He would question himself. Often the bullies would taunt him. Bullies do that sometimes. Put nasty little flea thoughts into your head that nibble away your rational sense of thinking. We are just temporary. That's what he thought. He was sure of it. He wondered, then maybe when you die your purpose is clearer. He wanted to know. In fact, isn't that really all everyone wants to know? Is there a God? Why are we here? Jeff thought this depressing, black thought often. He knew, and had always known. In his subconscious, it laid there, until it bred and multiplied into his somewhat normal thoughts. Life was the lie. It was the horrible, grin stuff that was the reality. And he would draw smiles on his victims, almost mocking them, that in death they still wouldn't be happy. He even carved a smile on himself, remember? It was a reminder to himself that nothing in life was happy or pure. He was sure of this, of why he did what he had done and what he was going to do. The only thing that he was completely 100% sure of, though, was that amidst all the pathetic sacks of blood, organs, and clockwork hearts, there was one that stood out. You. He hated it at first. He knew all human life, including his own, was stupid and pointlessly put here, but oh, sweet Salgo, did your smile look nice? He stared sometimes. Well, he always stared, due to slicing his eyelids off, but this was when he mainly directed his attention to you. He loved how just the fact that you walked into the same room as him turned on a light inside the dark corridors of his soul. He cherished one thought greatly. It was a huge step forward in your relationship with him. The time you kissed his cheek. When you did that, you may not have noticed that before you ran off. Jeff completely froze and stood still for about 3 minutes before he hit the ground with a thud, and he removed his hand from his now pale pink cheeks. He sometimes wondered if you liked the smile. He did kind of go over the outline of it once a week when the skin started to grow back, and you didn't really say anything. You just gave him a bunch of tissues for the red blood. One day, you asked him something along the lines of, "Do I look okay?" He froze again, as he tried to think of a more friendly and normal answer. Jeff didn't really do normal, though, as you could probably tell, and he couldn't answer. The thought, perfection, ran along his trail of thinking a few times, but he was speechless for now. He couldn't think of a good enough word. Is there a word that can describe the most wonderful thing you've ever seen? Jeff thought this about you. Even your corpse now. He thought you were asleep, but then he noticed a tiny jar of prescription pills that Ilis took for his mood swings, but it was empty. You couldn't have needed all those pills, surely. You were a little mood-swingy sometimes, but he doubted you need pills for it. He shook you a little bit. Dang, you were a heavy sleeper. Naminé, wake up. Birds are singing outside. He chuckled. No answer. Weird. Naminé, are you asleep? Did you pass out or something? Did you fall over? He giggled. Nope. Jeff frowned a little now. Come on. He prodded your arm. Wake up, he commanded, his breath then quickened. Wake up! He screeched, a few droplets falling from his eyes as he rapidly shook his head while shaking you. Naminé, you're not pointless. Pointless life dies. Important life doesn't, he yelled. You must have been stupid not to know that. How dare you not wake up yet? Now you were just being stubborn. She's dead, Jeff, a man stated calmly from behind him. Jeff stared at your open eyes. They looked much less brighter, a bit like the corridors in his soul. No, he paused. She's not dead. She's just tired. He nodded in confirmation, not turning to the man. She is. Well, why? He screamed, jumping off the bed and giving the man the most evil, most angry glare he had ever given anybody. The man paused at Jeff's behavior. He was a little angry now. Because. He paused again for breath. He put his head closer to Jeff's, bending down. That's what humans do! He physically yelled into Jeff's head. It stung Jeff's every nerves and thoughts, but he didn't react. It was a strength thing. You don't react to people yelling at you when you're angry. It just shows you're weak, that you've given in. Jeff's breathing hitched as some more tears fell down. Maybe he had given in. Sunder reared his head back, a bit surprised. He was even more surprised when Jeff practically tackled him and clung to him. Sunder sighed, some tentacles coming out of his back, and patting Jeff on his back. Will she be okay? He already knew what had happened after you died. But he just wanted to hear something nice, even if it was a lie. No, Sunder said simply. He found no point in telling Jeff anything bubbly and positive. Jeff didn't do anything. He just clung a little harder. He had an idea on what happens to humans, but ideas change. Besides, you were hardly an average human. He wasn't so sure of the idea anymore. His brain said otherwise, of course. His brain told him all life was meaningless. Even her. But in his heart, he knew you'd be all right. He was sure of it. Come on. He prodded your arm. Wake up, he commanded. His breath then quickened. Wake up, he squeaked. Squeaked? Ah! Why? Okay, calm down.